Welcome to CBR TV. I'm Jonah Weiland at New York Comic Con 2009. I have two very special guests right now, two of possibly the most important people in television right now, at least in the political field. I think you guys had a pretty good season here.
Yeah,
Seth Meyers, Bill Hader from Saturday Night Live, but we're not here to talk to them about that or Palin or any of that crap. No, we're here to talk about comics.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You guys have a pretty cool Spider-Man one-shot coming out called Spider-Man Short Halloween. First off, why comics? Are you guys just lifelong comic fans?
Yeah. We're lifelong comic fans. When Bill started the show, I think the first thing
we did was took me to the comic book shop. He was like, "You a comic book guy?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Come on." And that was like, we got to know each other in my first season.
Let's give a plug to that New York comic shop. Where do you guys go?
Well, that was Midtown Comics.
It was Midtown Comics.
Yeah.
All right.
But we kind of go everywhere.
Yeah.
That would just happen to be Midtown.
You want to spread the cash around, do
Yeah.
economic stimulus yourself.
Absolutely.
You guys hooked up with Joe Quesada at a Marvel Christmas party?
Yeah, not
right.
this year, but the year before. We had done a comic book show at the Pit Theater, where we met up with Fraction and Bendis and Brubaker.
Yeah.
And then we got invited to the Marvel Christmas party. It was during the writer's strike, so we had some time on our hands.
Yeah.
Did you have to go into work the next day?
No, we had tons of time to do whatever.
and Joe said, if you guys ever want to write a book for us, we'd love it. And so then we just sort of brainstormed, and Wacker really stayed on us.
Yeah, he was like, "No, we're very serious about this." It was one of those things where we're like, "Oh, well, thanks, but they're not really serious." And the next day, Joe sent us an email saying, "I'm totally serious about you guys doing a book for us." And it was like, "Wow, okay, great." And we came up, we outlined the Spider-Man story and sent it in, and they liked it.
Yeah,
it was cool.
Does Lorne ever warn you, Lorne Michaels, of course, your boss, does he ever warn you that you guys are slumming now that you're going into comics?
He has no idea.
He has no idea that's going on.
Yeah. If we're not directly in front of him, he thinks we're like, it doesn't
we
exist.
could be an Acapulco.
Yeah.
So now you're going to sneak it into Weekend Update? You're going to do a little promo for it that way?
You're
no.
going to do Weekend Update dressed as Spider-Man.
As Spider-Man, yeah.
And not say anything.
There's
It'll be
really
very subliminal. He won't
Really
say a
exciting
word.
reveal at the end. Yeah.
Spider-Man Short Halloween. I imagine somebody called Jeff Loeb before you guys got this title.
No, we just did it. Fuck you, Jeff. No, I'm joking.
No, we cleared it. We made
we
sure he was
did.
cool with it. So.
It was all bad. Yeah, it was totally cool.
When you do a one-shot that takes place on Halloween, credit where credit's due. Bill came up with the title, and it's such a funny title. People are responding to it very well. If you can believe it, people at Comic-Con like
People
that
at
title.
Comic-Con love that title.
It's a good room for it.
Yeah.
What is Spider-Man Short Halloween?
It's a pretty silly story that sort of Spider-Man is almost a secondary character in.
Yeah, it involves Halloween night, drunk dudes dressed as Marvel characters, and mistaken identity.
Yeah, there might be two Spider-Mans.
Might
in
be
this story.
two Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
This sounds like a rather adult story.
No, it's not that adult.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's not. It's silly. We wanted to. I think some of our goals setting out were to have a couple characters that talk the way Bill and I would talk.
Yeah.
And to try to create a couple new villains. And then the best part is we got Kevin McGuire to draw
Yeah,
it.
Ken
so
McGuire
that's a dream
is doing
come
the
true.
artwork, so that's like the coolest thing ever.
So did you guys grow up through like the Bwahaha period?
Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
So that and when we sort of met, Wacker said, "Do you want us to try to get Kevin McGuire?" We thought he was joking as well.
We honestly thought, because that was the only name that we walked into that meeting, and I was like, and Kevin McGuire will do it, and Bob was like just throwing out dream people, and he goes, "We can get Kevin McGuire to do it," and we were like,
That
"What?"
doesn't suck.
No.
That does not suck.
We got some pages back,
Yeah.
and we got some work back from him already, and it's like, I can't believe it. I'm just sitting there freaking out.
All right, so when you're done with this project, is there going to be more?
Well, it's actually fun. The idea of like taking different Marvel characters and doing one-shot stories that are sort of outside the universe. We were very careful not to do anything that would affect the continuity because it's a fairly intimidating idea. But a comedy writer's take on a superhero for 36 pages or whatever, however many it is fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Obviously you guys are both very gifted writers, but you're not comic writers. Has this been a challenge for you?
It was challenging. I mean, we had the benefit of Brubaker sort of took a look at our first draft, and Fraction.
And Matt Fraction both looked at our first draft and were so cool about like kind of helping us like with it. But it's kind of like in a weird way, it is kind of like in sketch writing in the sense that you have to be very economic. You can't, getting across information very quickly and setting things up like that was kind of fun in a way. that I was like, oh, it is kind of like sketch writing in a weird way. It is.
Yeah.
But
And you know, beginning, middle, and end. And I think once we had that and had a feeling of how we wanted it to end, so.
yeah, plotting it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. Anything with Kevin McGuire's name on it, and then with you two bringing your unique perspective.
Oh,
I think you guys are gonna make it. You guys are gonna screw up comics for a while.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Okay,
Bill,
thank you so much.
Seth, thanks
Hey,
for coming
thanks,
out.
man.
I'm Jonah Weiland, and this is CBR TV.